I'm Joan Landis, and I'm happy to be with you again today. So we're going to talk about some examples of total love so you can get a better grip on what it really looks like. So we're going to have two examples. One is a son that comes home drunk in the middle of the night. And then another example is a daughter that messes up at her Little League softball game, okay? So the conditional acceptance for a child who is failing on a sports team would basically, the child strikes out repeatedly. The dad's like, come on, you can do better than that, and all that. And then so finally, she schleps over to her dad after the game and he might not actually yell at her, but he might say, gosh, we've practiced so much. I thought you were going to do better than this. And basically saying, I'm disappointed in you. You are not performing as well as I want you to or expect you to. And I do not accept this. And that child feels like they are not being accepted, okay? Now the parent knows that they still love that kid, but to the kid, that is not the message they get. The message they get is, I had better start hitting well, or dad is really feeling like he's not accepting me, maybe not even love me, okay? So that's a conditional acceptance. Now, partially conditional acceptance on something like that might be, it's like, well, at least you didn't lose the game for everybody. And, maybe you need to go to the batting cages more. I mean, this is kind of ridiculous. Your brother isn't like that. Your brother, he'd always practice and practice till he just couldn't miss. And, I think you need to do better, right? And so that's not condemning someone totally, but it's saying you've got to do better in order to come up to our standards, because if you don't, then again, I'm feeling like the feeling is you're withdrawing your acceptance and love, okay? So someone who had a totally loving approach to this would, first of all, validate and reassure the child that they are totally loved. Because why? Not because of their performance, but because of who they are in the relationship. And so the dad would put their arm around that girl and go, this has got to be really hard. And you know what? I want you to know it doesn't matter how you bat or don't bat. I love you. That will never change. Do you know why that will never change? Because you're my daughter and I'm your father. And I will always love you, honey. Now think what a powerful message that is to that daughter. And then, if he wants, he can build on that and say, it's up to you what you want to do. I will support you in whatever progress you think you want to make or practice you want to do. If softball is not your thing, I get that. You made a commitment, you were on the team, so we're going to finish it out. So how do we make this as good as possible? What can I do to support your progress? You don't have to be the star home run hitter for me to love you, but what can we do to make this so it's a little more pleasant for everybody? And so you collaborate with that girl. You collaborate. You're not ordering people. You're like, tell me what you think might be helpful, and I'll support you 100%. And then it's not like someone's being shamed. They're not in the doghouse. They're not the black sheep. They're not, on the outs. It's like you actually kind of brought them in closer and said, hey, my love for you is unchanging. Has nothing to do with how you hit. Just want to reassure you of that. And if you want to do anything about it, I'm here for you. And the totally loving boundary is, you did sign up for the team, so you need to finish. How do we do this so it's like a little more fun for you? And that's a completely different feeling. And the interesting thing is that will actually create more growth based in safety and love rather than the anxiety-based behavior to try to get better at batting because you're scared of being shamed and worthless and unloved and all those core issues. So that's one example. Let's do another one. Okay, your son comes home in the middle of the night, he's drunk. And that conditional acceptance basically, yells at him and says, I've been waiting up all night for you. I can't believe you're drunk. And takes the keys from him. You could have killed somebody, and you're grounded for 3 months. I can't believe you did this. And go to bed, And so there's that. That's that conditional acceptance. You have failed. You have failed, and I have just withdrawn my acceptance from you. Now his reaction may be he might slink to bed, or he might fight like all get out. And then you guys have a major relational rupture, right? Okay. Now, the partially conditional scenario would be something like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. We've never had a family member do this. Take the keys. You could have killed somebody. Oh my gosh. None of your brothers or sisters would have done this. I am just not sure what I'm going to do with you. You go to bed right now, and I'm going to think of what I'm going to do to you tomorrow. Okay? And so there's that. Now, the totally loving approach would be, he comes home, you take his keys, you're like, oh my gosh, you are really drunk. Wow, this is not like you. Listen, hey, I love you. And this is a big problem. This is a big problem. We got to keep you safe. We've got to keep other people safe because we love you. Listen, I want you to go to sleep. Go to bed right now. And in the morning, we're going to talk about this. We'll see if we can figure out some way to make it better. Honey, I want you to be safe because I love you. We simply can't have this continue. And so you send him to bed. The next day you take off some work. You spend some time with this kid. And you're like, this isn't like you. What's going on? Is there something going on? Is there some stress? What's going on in your life that you thought it was a good idea to get drunk and drive and come home? Can you help me understand this? Now, if you have a really solid, trusting relationship, that kid will confide in you. And he'll say, Mom, I know it was really stupid, but you know what? My girlfriend broke up with me last night, and I was so upset. My friends and I, we just went, and I just got drunk. I got out of control. I know it was stupid, and I should have just called home and had someone pick me up. I don't want to be that kind of guy. I really don't. And then the mom goes, I know you don't, honey. I know you don't. That really is not like you. I'm so sorry that Jennifer broke up with you. I had no idea. Hey, we can definitely talk about it. That is so hard. And here comes empathy. That is so hard when someone you love decides they don't love you back. Honey, that is the worst thing. That is so hard. I just can't imagine how tough that is. But it's even harder when you're a teenager, I think. And then what you're doing is you're aligning with him. You're on his side, right? You are not the enemy. You are a teammate. Let's see how we can solve this. What can we do next time to make sure this doesn't happen? And so that he feels safe with you. Because he didn't feel safe with himself. He didn't feel safe out there. And then you collaborate. Okay, I'm thinking that you need to do some serious thinking about this, and I'm thinking that 30 days without driving the car is probably pretty good as far as I'm concerned, but what do you think? I want you to really know how serious this is for us. We can't just do like a little slap on the hand. This is extremely serious, but I don't want you to feel like I don't love you. That's not the message I want to give. I just want you to understand how important that boundary is. That we hold it because we love you and we want you to be safe. Do you get that? And that kind of conversation where you collaborate on the problem solving and you're aligned together, you're not at each other's throats, oh my gosh, completely different. That young man will make more progress that way than the one that you shame and scold and punish and consequence. And here's the other thing. Isn't that interesting how your relationship actually got closer and you learn more about your son, about his stressors? Whereas this one, no way, he's shut down. You're out there. Which one do you want, right? This total love is such a powerful way to go. It's so transformative. He can test your love and find that it is there. You have passed the love test, Mom and Dad. Good job. Anyway, these are just examples of how it looks in real life. One of the main aspects of the total love is that we want to keep this feeling of love, the loving, patient, constant love underneath the boundaries. It's not a reactive, angry, shaming, rejecting type of discussion at all. So that's one of the ways to tell if you're in total love or conditional acceptance. So, all right, I hope this works for you. Have some fun with it. See if you can do a little bit of it this week. Practice a little bit. You won't be 100%. That's just fine. We get that. I'm not. Nobody is. But see where you can go with it. See if you can use failures that people have in their lives to actually strengthen that relationship. It's really exciting. So, okay, we'll see you later. See you on the forums. Thanks. Bye.